Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand finals for today at Weekend with a Heart by Singapore Pool's TeleMatch MLBB by Comeback. My name is Cake and today I am joined with
Claire, and we will be over here looking at the grand finals of our TeleMatch MLBB by Comeback.
Yeah, so previously we've seen a really intense back and forth by Aerogin Syndicate and Mehhhh, with Mehhhh taking the final fight and destroying their base in a really grand fashion. Now I'm not really sure how the match between WWAH and what was the other team?
WWAH and
No, the previous one. Like who do you play? Paul Evil. Yeah, I didn't really see how the match between Paul Evil and WWAH went, but they came out on top. So that means Aerogin Syndicate and Paul Evil will be fighting for third place.
you could say that they have the slight advantage, as we can see on the side of WWAH. 他们 have been I'm sorry, the Chinese That's hilarious. Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, they banned the carry as well as the Harley, which is the same picks that Mehhhh has played in the previous game. So they do have that slight advantage of knowing what their opponents have done in the game before. But that does not mean that they have the 100% win, as we're seeing that just nothing coming out of the Lunaxia again, as well as the Guinevere with his
Oh, they do have the Sora as well.
the Violet Requiem coming out from the side of the Guinevere and the Sora.
Yeah, but I guess one of the heroes that we really wanted to see that we've never had the chance to see until now will be the Harif. Although maybe the Harif isn't going to be in the jungle role, we do still see him. Like the rework to the Harif really gave him a lot more damage and more like power in the early game. Okay, so we're not going to be seeing Harif in the jungle. It's probably going to be this Mehhhh. But anyhow, I'm still pretty excited to see the Harif, especially with the Stardom Sky rework.
What do you think they're gonna be banning next? Oh, Moskov.
A double marksman ban, okay.
Not surprising. I mean, I guess it's a little bit not what people usually ban. But at the end of the day, you're banning what you're scared of and not what's in the meta. And that's what's most important when it comes to tournament matches.
Seeing the Harif, like maybe you really don't want to fight against Moskov in the gold lane, because if we take a look at their current lineup, I guess they don't really have. Okay, actually they kind of do have like a pretty decent amount of CC. So maybe putting Harif into the gold lane could like be a little bit more for damage. But if you put Harif into the mid lane, you do still have that rotation, you do still have that damage, but you just lose out a little bit on the CC.
I feel like Harif might be their main source. Leomod might be their only source of physical damage, because we don't really want to count the Kalia. And if they have the Harif on the gold lane and the focus on the XP, they'd be forced to have mage on the mid lane, obviously. So then they'd be having a huge overdose of that magic damage. But looking back on the side of Mehhhh,
Okay, 哥哥在用 grok.
now you're just being mean.
Alright, so we have the OK and now the Valentina from the Chargy Enjoyer. But what is really interesting to note right now is that we are taking a look at a Leslie. Yeah, a Leslie from the side of Mehhhh. And for WWAH, I guess we are gonna be. Who's that?
What do you mean?
Oh, okay, no. They picked the Valentina, so that means
Yeah.
we're gonna have Harif into the gold lane, as we said just now. I guess this is gonna be a pretty interesting lineup. Like they do have Kaleo to prevent like the dives coming in from probably Sora and Guinevere. And okay, that's a really nice skin, honestly. I really like that skin.
Very interesting. I heard Melon and Hoki have been playing together for a really long time, great synergy over there. But we have also previously seen how Mehhhh works together super well, and they were still able to clutch in that epic comeback despite losing it quite a lot in the early game. And maybe we'll see that once again in this game. So let's see how the game carries on.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, we'll be jumping straight into the grand finals. So if you're going to be supporting these teams, please make some noise outside.
Woo!
Okay, so like we're seeing the purple buff being taken by Zack right there, and meanwhile Suzumi is just going to do his work onto the purple buff as well. But now Melon getting trapped by Koko.
I love how I just pull out the Chinese accent whenever you say Coco.
Oh, but Koko is such a nice one to say, yeah. Okay, but a little bit of a jungle invade coming right up. So Suzume looking to be in a little bit of just finding himself in a little bit of okay, no trouble right there actually. Meanwhile in the top lane, how's Mehhhh feel? Wow, okay. Mehhhh is actually doing quite well up against Ashe.
I mean, considering that he's against a Harith, which I think would be a little bit of a losing battle, he's doing not bad.
Like you wouldn't expect Leslie to really survive the constant onslaught from the synchro vision coming out from Harith, but like her early game poke isn't something to laugh at as well, since the true damage does add up like slowly but surely, and you really don't want to get hit by Leslie in the late game, unless you have the Guardian Helmet.
At the same time though, Leslie's late game does take super long to spike. Like you'll be looking at a 20-minute game before Leslie starts having that one-shot impact that everybody thinks Leslie is because of all the clips on TikTok that Leslie just one-shots everybody. But the amount of effort and time that has to come into allowing a Leslie to be that fat isn't as easy as many might think. Guinevere coming in, manages to get the Violet Requiem onto the Valentina and will take him out right before the total fight, giving them a slight bit of advantage without their mid laner.
Yeah, that's gonna be quite... That's not gonna be good, but Zack trying to look for the turtle steal, going in with the phantom steal. Who will win? Zack actually gets the retribution this time, and Suzume will be forced to run away.
Sorry ladies and gentlemen, we will have a short pause on the game. One of our players lagging, a little bit of a technical issue, but we'll be back soon enough.
Yeah, but meanwhile, let's just talk about the current situation of the game right now. So Harith going up against a Leslie obviously is going to be, you know what, pretty interesting as of now. But I think like coming into the mid game, Leslie is gonna kind of suffer a little bit, since like you already have access to the Zaman Force, you have access to the Synchro Fissure, and probably right around that point you might have already had the Stardom Scythe, which as we've seen, which as we've read through the patches, has its passive ability proc time shortened by almost half.
Ooh, that's a lot.
So that means with every single boosted basic attack you do, you are basically proccing the Stardom Scythe's passive. And looking at the team, a lot of the people from Mehhhh will kind of suffer from that true damage, like especially the Sora, to a certain extent Guinevere, I guess.
I mean, in the late game, it depends which route that she wants to go to, because there is really more than one way that you can walk when it comes to Guinevere's builds and the way that you play her. It could be going into the direction of damage, which I would expect to see from a Guinevere jungler, but we can't cross out the possibility that that she might be playing the tank Guinevere as well, both serving different purposes.
Well, these different builds of the what do you call that? What's her face called again? Guinevere, yeah, really gives rise to her flexibility and the ability to be played in many different lanes as well. But I'm not sure. I think we're just going to be continuing straight into this game.
Looking a bit for the invade. There's 4. Sora trying to come in with that Stormbind, but unfortunately is unable to catch anybody. Phobia's trying to go in. We see the Leo mob pull out the Phantom Steed, but unfortunately is unable to get anybody. Guinevere tries to go in for the jump, hopefully getting some value out of that, but unfortunately she misses everybody and dies. Lunox
Order coming straight in, keeping her alive, but for how long? As Ashe tries to go in, but Hoki will finish it up instead. Now Koko will go home, and now Wopuyo takes this fight in such a convincing fashion.
I mean, in that team fight, everyone was just going in one by one on the side of Mehhhh. There's no way they would be able to take on 5 people at one shot, especially considering how they already have the gold lead.
Oh boy.
Kalia coming with the ulti, Phantom Steed as well. There's nothing that Mehhh can do against the Kalia and the Leomord combo, and he would just fall so quickly. I mean, like we were saying, the Leslie's early game is just not it. It's gonna struggle so much, especially when it comes to the rotation. But we have to respect that the Guinevere did go for the cross rotation and managed to secure an extra blue buff for herself, giving her a little bit of an advantage for her retribution.
Now looking at the turtle 15 seconds before it spawns, this next turtle will kind of determine whether we're going to be seeing a 20-minute game or like maybe a 15-minute one. So right now we're going to be seeing the Heaven's Wrath coming right in, but it's not going to be enough. Wait, I am to be corrected right now. Charging Enjoy does fall, but that's to the help of 3 people, which means at the turtle pit we have a man disadvantage, and that's going to be the turtle going to the side of WWAH.
At least we could see how much damage Phoveus can really soak up there, them needing to use all 3 ultis coming from the Guinevere, the Dark ulti coming from Lunox, as well as Sora's Heaven's Wrath. So that's really a lot of skills used up, even though they were able to get the kill, and it's straight up for a turtle, so not sure how worth it that is.
Not just a turtle though, a turret as well.
Turret being taken at the top lane, no one can really defend it. Kalia trying to pull the Grok in. Grok has no choice but to use up his flicker in that little skirmish, but at least he didn't die. That's the most important part.
At least he didn't die. Like at this point, you really don't want to be giving your opponents any more advantages in terms of gold and EXP with the kills. So playing as safe as he did, I think that's like a pretty smart move. Although you do lose out the utility, but utility is there for a reason. You use it or you lose it. So I think right now, what Hoki is doing is really setting his team up for success. Like managing to get all those critical pickoffs, and look at Dumpling right now, looking to be in a bit of a situation. Does get that storm by, the CC is coming in, but guess who else is coming in? That's right, the entirety of WWAH. And that's probably what Dumpling might have been saying as they were diving him. Please no! WWAH!
Oh, but they still do get a top lane, a little bit of a trade. Their Sora for the first tower up top. The Kalia going in once again, managing to pick up the Grok. Gurgle falling down to the hands of the Kalia, and Leomord coming in, Phantom Speed. Luna has no choice but to prop her power of order, but she will still fall to the hands of the Leomord, not enough to escape his wrath.
What a dash! Melon flickering straight in, doesn't catch anyone, but Hoki will be on the case. Zumi does go down, the Summon Force being popped down as well as Dumpling will fall. Now the second tower will be looking to be in pretty much a lot of danger right now. But WWAH isn't going to force the issue, and instead going to posture for the tournament.
6 minutes in, 9 kills ahead as well as a 5k gold lead. This looking a little bit of a struggle for the side of Mehhh, but we've also seen their epic comeback previously when he had a similar score. But okay, maybe not this drastic, but similarly losing out, and maybe their late game will be enough to make up for the fact that they're losing now, especially because they have the Lunox and the Leslie, which are notoriously known for just having that strike in the late game that everybody is scared of.
These two bursty heroes are, as you said, something to really look out for. And it seems that Mehhh really loves to play all the way to the end. Once they get their win cons, once their key heroes come online, and that's when they start really taking these team fights. WWAH really isn't giving them any space to breathe at all.
Especially Hoki playing in the Kalia super well, managing to pick up the Grok, and I think the Grok will be dead, but he does manage to land a beautiful ultimate before taking it down, but not much being able to done on their side.
The Heaven's Wrath does come in on the side. Unfortunately, thanks to the nerf, you don't get enough damage from there. Mehhh, will he be able to clean up? I don't think so.
Like I was saying, Hoki playing the Kalia decently well over here. He's not afraid to pick up the Grok, which is something that I think a lot of Kalia players are, because it's always the mindset, I need to pick up who's important, I need to get the Leslie, I need to get the Lunox, I can't afford to waste my ulti on the tank. But at the end of the day, a lot of like tank roamers that said don't realize is that at the end of the day, you're picking off someone still.
A kill is a kill, and another kill is going to be popping out really soon as Hoki finally goes down. Just Nothing managed to get a pretty nice kill right there as a Stormbind gets shot from the skies, and Just Nothing will get a nice double. Now Mehhh trying to look for yet another kill to come in. as WWAH has to retreat from here now. They're down 2 men while Suzume is out for the count. That means no jungler for the side of Mehhh. WWAH, even though they do have the man disadvantage, they're still gonna try to bait the issue.
I mean, even though they are so far behind, I'm actually a bit surprised that WWAH isn't going for the Lord already. Like, I would assume that they'd be trying to break down the inhibitor turret, but maybe at this stage of the game it will also be extremely challenging for them to do much to the inhibitor turret despite them having the Lord, so it might be a little bit of a waste as well. Maybe waiting for the Lord to go up in level as well, but oh, I take back what I said, they are on the case of the Lord.
Here we go, as the Lord just goes down lower and lower. There's nothing that Mehhh can do, as Mehhh will have to face the wrath of yet another Lord.
3 people waiting in the bush, I think they kind of know it already. And even though they were waiting for that surprise attack for someone to go in, when they saw WWAH charging in near their bush, they're like, oh,
Yeah,
nah, we
we're
gonna pack this shit up. Like, we're gonna go off.
And now the top lane will be defended pretty nicely by Zac right here. And we're gonna have Phobius, Chargy, and Joya. Let's see how much Chargy will keep him alive. I don't think he really wants to go in anymore.
But we are also kind of looking at, for once, a team who respect the fact that you can go for this triple wave. They're clearing the top while bot has pressure from the Lord and mid as well. All lanes coming in at the same time, really well executed on their side, and I think at least one of the inhibitor turrets might be able to go down.
Alright, I think you're going to be preparing for a team fight as one swing comes out from the ground. Phantom Steed being popped out. Here comes the team fight. We're going in. Hoki trying to look for the Tsunami Slam, but doesn't manage to catch anyone. But here comes the Stormlight. Stormlight catches 3. And we're going to see everybody into the sky. Chargy and Joy jumping straight out. Just nothing against the pick on the Melon. But more crashes coming straight down his down flank. Picks Hoki away, sending him straight to base. The turret is still alive. Chargy and Joya is not alive. The turret will stay strong as Suzume manages to get the minions away from its face. All 3 inhibitors still alive. But Zac is trying to look to change that.
Wow, that team fight was so... It was like so many things were happening all at once. Couldn't really keep up with what's going on. But that's a really good defense from the side of Mehhh, considering that they were losing so much in the early game. No, please defend your tower! Go back, defend your tower!
Please no!
Oh, it shifts its direction to the minion instead, and the tower still stays alive. For now, they will not have to worry about the enhanced minion wave just yet.
Alright, now this minion has to go down. Okay, that was close. So Mehhh really nearly lost that inhibitor turret with 1 lone minion left to defend against a 3 minion wave. But you know what? Let's see how each team is progressing right now. Okay, we do have 3 items already onto the side of our Leslie, mainly the BOD, Berserker's Fury, and the Malefic Gun. So that's just going to give her a little bit more space to work with thanks to the extended basic attack range.
I can't wait to see when the Leslie finally has a full build-in how much crit damage that she'll be doing, especially towards heroes like Phobius that might struggle a little bit.
Yeah, but the Phobius right now has the Guardian Helmet already. So that means each shot to Leslie will be doing significantly lesser damage, but now the power of order will be forced out of just nothing as Zac manages to snag out that easy kill.
Disgusting damage coming in from the side of the Leomod. That was a 2-tap onto Lunox despite her already using her power of order.
Yeah, I mean like once the invulnerability ends, like you're vulnerable again. Which kind of makes sense, you know, you can't stay invulnerable forever, that's gonna be broken. So yeah, now this Lord will be taken away to the side of WWAH. It turns out that Taman Yao. But now Hoki going in with the Tsunami Slam. That's going to be the jungler being caught out. Win the Crown being popped out, but it's not going to be enough as the Zaman Force will be popped out. Melon does have the Stormbind in his pocket. Looking to take down the mid lane. One flicker going in. Here comes the Stormbind as another Stormbind comes straight in as well. Both red and blue caught in the storm, but it's gonna be the blue storm that comes out on top.
This the comeback.
The Chargy and Joya, Mehhh doing it once again.
The same way as the previous match that we saw them make that comeback. They just win the fight just because. And oh my gosh, that was a little bit of an overextend coming from the side of WWAH, but it kind of makes sense as well, trying to down the tower before the Lord comes in. But will this be the time that they were looking for to be able to shift the battle back into their hands.
They do have 7 seconds left before Poki spawns, before Melon spawns. They need to take this inhibitor turret down right now. But Chaji Enjoyer did not manage to defend it. He's going to be jumping again and again and again as Kaka will be dashing away. Wapuyao trying to give chase, but it's not going to be enough. They don't have the pace to do so.
Super awesome fight on the side of Mehhhh, just giving them the advantage, being able to take down the inhibitor turret. Now they will have that lane pressure with the enhanced minion wave and the Lord charging in. Please defend it before he walks into your tower, keep the tower alive.
Oh, Suzume gets the jump, but Primo in the back line. Talea gets the jump, and yet another exchange of storm mines going into Summon Walls. It's going to be as well, but Ash will fall. Gonna get the kill. Suzume going to get yet another pick on the Hoki. And now Chaji Enjoy doesn't manage to jump his way out of this fight. Yet another team fight going towards Mehhhh.
Mehhh's really showing us the power that they have with their coordination of each other, even though they were losing early game perhaps to the mechanical side, where they might have been losing out a little bit to Wapuyao. ML isn't just about how good you have your mechanics, it's how well you work together as a team. Leomord trying to get a pick up on the Guinevere over here. Guinevere trying to run, and she does a bit of time. She manages to push out the Leomord with her ultimate. But unfortunately, she will still fall. Grok can't do anything over there to save her. Luna is just trying to push in that bottom lane. And, well, they get kind of betrayed.
Amazing outplay though.
Almost.
Yeah, honestly, if the Guinevere just had a little bit more items, she might have been able to get the kill, but I think Zac already does have a lot of magic resist on him. Okay, not a lot of magic resist, but enough sustain to keep him alive. Now, okay, I think we're going to be looking at this either Wind of Nature or the Sea Halberd for the side of our Leslie. Coming right in. Yeah, everybody's pretty much going for their final builds already.
Leslie having 11.6k damage on her final item. Gonna see how much damage potential she has now that we've reached 16 minutes into the game.
And the Lord is going to be taken yet again. Suzume nowhere to be seen. But Wapuyao also doesn't really want to take this fight.
I think they've learned from their lesson. Maybe it's not the best idea to fight hit on hit with Mehhh, especially if they don't have a clear game plan of what they're gonna do. How they've been winning the fights the whole game is when Hoki goes in, picks up somebody, and then they've had the upper hand and the rest of their team can just really go ham on Mehhh. But since they've been unable to do it for the past two team fights, we've seen how Wapuyao just loses it as they go along.
Look at the skill that Melon took this time. And instead of the Stormbite, we're going to be seeing the Tectonic Charge being stolen instead, so maybe they're going to be taking a different approach.
Even though we said Guardian Helmet would reduce Leslie's damage significantly, she still did 1.8k damage to him in one shot.
There's a nice Tectonic Charge going straight in, it's just nothing managing to get to charge and enjoy it. And Hoki goes down as well. Now Zac is the last one riding away on his motorcycle, but will he be able to survive this though? Getting a kill. No, does not manage to get the kill. Here comes the Winter Crown. The Winter Crown will not be enough as Suzume will fall. Amplaka falls to Flicker just now before the engage. He has to run away. Jungler down. 2 members down. The base is going to go down soon if nobody's going to do anything about it.
I didn't even realize that the base was getting pushed down by the minions. That was so close. But that was a wasted inhibitor tower. Now let's look back at the top. Lunox going in with the power of chaos and is able to take down the Leomord, which secures them at least that they don't lose the lot. But will unfortunately fall to the hands of the Harry, which is a little bit wasted. She's doing so well that shutdown kill must have given him quite a bit of a push as well.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think almost everybody should be at full build by now. Let's take a look at the gold difference. As you can see from this, the Wapuyao pretty much had the lead almost the entire game, even with the EXP as well. And just take a look at it. And now over time, once it just took that single team fight at around the 14th minute, that really just swung everything back into balance. And as such, everybody is now on the even playing field yet again. But is it really even though, if you have to face up against 2 late game monsters?
Trying to go for the Lord over here, having a little bit of a dance, 5v5, all prim and proper. Lord looking at its half HP bar. I'm wondering when Guinevere might try to go in. They reset the Lord. Anyways though, Leslie pops her ultimate snipe just to open up that map space a little bit more. Not much can be done by her. So do you see the damage onto the Phobius despite him having the Guardian helmet? 1.5k damage. Can you imagine how much he'll do to people without the Guardian?
Yeah, at this point, Suishin you just have to breathe in their general direction and then they'll die. Okay, but the thing that Mehhhh has to really take note of is this.
The minion wave is gonna be their killer throughout this game because of the lane pressure that it has on the bottom, constantly forcing somebody to go back. And once WWAH knows that they have the upper advantage, having somebody that needs to go back and clear, they know that it's obvious to them at least that on surface they will be able to win the objectives. Kalya once again going for Kaka like she previously did.
Look at the
but
with just nothing.
Guinevere going in, managing to get that Violet Requiem on 3 of them, and I have no idea how the direction of this fight is going. Who's gonna win anymore? It's like they were losing so much on side of Mehhhh, but then they've kind of made an epic comeback, but not epic enough to win the game just yet. WWAH are still holding their foot down, and this might be the 30-minute game that we'll be looking for.
Oh my god, so I really didn't want to jinx it, but I think I kind of jinxed it. We will be heading into the 21st minute of the game, which means that Leslie is gonna be pretty painful right now. Not that she wasn't already. Oh man.
Actually, I'm surprised that the Leslie chose for the Immortality together with the Rose Gold. That kind of limits her damage quite a bit. I mean, with the BOD as well as Berserkers coming in, she still does have a good amount of damage, but limiting yourself with two defensive items is really not what was supposed to go for.
A reactive flicker coming out, just really keeping her away from the hands of Poki, and now she's able to contribute to this team fight. And right now, everyone just launching the skills. Poki, Immortality being popped out is just nothing. We'll be able to pick up that kill, but Dumpling unfortunately will fall as well. The Tectonic Charge does manage to get nothing, but just nothing will fall again.
The Winter Crown block a little bit too late to be able to save himself there. Leslie managing to get the higher flickers behind the Valentina. What an outplay! Trying to push him back. Kaka trying to distract the Valentina, allowing his MM to run.
It's 1-3.
Phantom Speed coming in. I think he was trying to chase the Leslie over there, but realized, oh, actually don't know. Oh, the base! The base gonna be down to minions. Are we gonna really see such a game end to just minions? And they finally noticed it. Honestly, I thought the Leslie was gonna go for their base. Like when I saw her take the route upwards, I thought, shit, bro, she saw it. But they've downed another inhibitor turret on the side of WWAH, and it's gonna give them a little bit of a disadvantage for the Lord fight. Again, now they have double lane pressure, but we have to see that Mehhhh also has a minion wave building now their bottom lane. If they don't go back and look for it, it might cause significant problems later. Sora ignoring the wave might be a choice that he regrets later, but not jinxing it.
To be fair, Guinevere has more mobility compared to Sora.
That's true.
So that means I guess it's more preferable for Guinevere to clear it instead, since that she can come back easier. Now let's see who managed to steal this time. Okay, Tectonic Charge gets taken away. So instead of having those sweeping big team setups, they're just going straight for a good old-fashioned knockout.
Have you seen the Valentina clips when they take the tank ulti and just set 5 people? Like, oh, it's
Man,
delicious.
I love doing that, and I love watching that. Okay, right now both teams really just posturing in. But as of now, WWAH is in a much more favorable position since their bot lane is a lot stronger. And so far, almost all the lords have been towards the top lane.
Which timings are all the lots activated again? Like, become stronger? I forgot.
Yeah, we'll figure that out later, but right now, Zach trying to take Dumpling out of the picture as Dumpling does have the Stormbind. CC going in, but is it going to be enough? Iconic Charge does get that knockup. Here comes the one by the Requiem. Unfortunately, not enough damage to take anyone down. Charging and Joy, Immortality popped away. Kurt, Immortality popped away. Cookie being sent back to base, but Kurt will fall as well. Ash gets the kill onto Suzumi. The base is going to be hit by the minions. Big team fight happening, but we don't care. We want to see the base.
The base goes for the minions.
Base goes down. 我不要，不要这样子吧。
Oh my gosh, man, once again losing their games by so much, but still being able to make that epic comeback.